Hello, my name is Kian Castillo. I'm currently an incoming freshman at California State University, San Bernardino. And for the majority of my high school career, between my sophomore year all the way up to my senior year, I was a homeless high school student. My single father was incarcerated at the age of 17, and ever since I've been a ward of the state and I've become independent. I was forced to pretty much go to the streets. I had essentially no money, I had no place to go to, I had no one to confide in. I had to make a change for myself. I was struggling quite a lot in school. I was down. Going a little back into my sophomore year, I was a decent student. I had A's and B's, and as my father was incarcerated, it pretty much plummeted. I started working 2 part-time jobs just to make ends meet. I was paying my own rents, I was saving up for a car, and eventually I was able to purchase myself a car, but rent was getting quite expensive, and as a high school student with 2 very low-income part-time jobs, it was difficult to pay rent. By the time it was my junior year, I was living out of my car. I was working very hard so that I could provide for myself, but also at the same time, I had a family that I hold very dearly to me in the Philippines that can't quite provide for themselves also. So I'd send them money a little bit, as much as I could, every month. So I made the sacrifice of not paying rent and living in my car instead, so I could give them a little bit of money so that my little cousins and my family there could get something to eat on their dinner table. Essentially, I was quite fed up with working so much. I was angry at myself and how I was handling things. I wanted to make a change, not only within myself, but also in the society around me. And I thought no better way to start with myself, because that's where change usually starts. My schedule would pretty much be wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning and go straight to school, and at around dismissal 2:30, I'd go straight to work at 3 o'clock or 3:30. And from 3:30 and then I worked the night shift at the nearest grocery store here at Ralph's, and I'd work the hours, the closing shift always, from 3 to 12 or 4 to 1 a.m. And essentially, I'd have no time to do any studying or any work for school, but I'd still made an effort to. I still really wanted to pursue my education. I'd stay up in my car with the little headlight, or not the little headlight, the little light inside your car, and I'd have my notebooks open and I'd write my essays and I'd do my homework, and it was quite difficult in all the gravity of it. There were places that were quite truly scary. I did also explore homeless shelters, but to my knowing, there are quite a numerous amounts of safety concerns that I have. But also at the same time, at the homeless shelters, I was able to meet quite a number of youth that were just like me. Kids that have given up high school so that they could work, and kids just like you and I that don't have the opportunities that everyone has. Going through high school without any of the staff, any of the teachers, nobody knowing in Rancho Cucamonga High School about anything that I was going through. I was still able to get a lot of support, and I was able to get through somehow. But the moment that I did speak out, the moment that I did tell my counselors, I was able to get this. It seems kind of small, but this is my student ID, which makes me officially a student at Cal State University San Bernardino. I'll be attending CSUSB with a full ride scholarship. Even right now, the way I think about it, the way I say it, it all feels so surreal because just 3 years ago, I had nothing. And now I have a future. I have all these opportunities ready for me, and I know I'm not the only one out there, and I know there's more out there that do need help, that do not know about the resources that are provided, not only by our school, but by the county, by many other people out there. I think it's important to not be afraid to speak out. And I'm really appreciative of everyone here right now for allowing me to share my story.